Well, if you want an easy and cheap way to dress up your motorhome or your trailer a little bit, this stuff around here is a little outdated, being that this is from 1990. So what we did was we took them off and added blue instead. All up around there, around here, and around this one. We still have the one over the kitchen sink to do, and this one over this little window. But if you want a cheap, easy way to dress up your camper a little bit, all I needed was a staple gun and a screwdriver to take them down. Well, screwdriver to take them down and a staple gun to do the work. Nice and easy. Anybody can do that. And I'm going to show you how to do it yourself. Let's fix the stuff. On today's episode, we're going to do a little transformation in our motorhome. Specifically the valances above the windows. Now what I'm referring to are these pieces. This one actually goes across the top, and then you've got these ones that kind of come down the sides like that. And we're going to change the color up a little bit and put some of this blue in there. So what we're going to do, it's all very simple stuff. We're going to start, let's bring it down a bit, with just enough of an overlap. And what we do is we just basically simple tools, staple gun, a hammer just in case the staples don't go in far enough, and you tap them down. You take the material, you run it over top. You don't even have to take off the old stuff. Run it over top like this. I like to fold it in so I get a nice edge, and fold it in like that. And this end has to have enough to come up and over. Doesn't need to be long, just enough to come up and over. And then on the other side, same idea. We've got to come up and over, so we've got to cut this to the right length. So now, once I've got enough, because we don't have tons of extra, because we've already done the long pieces and this is what we've got left. So I don't want to waste any extra. So as long as I've got enough to go in here, I'm good. And then to measure the sides, we go there. We got to come a little bit past there. So, and up here we've got enough to go up and over. That's good. So I'm going to go to about here. And trim that down. And here, since we're just trying to go up to the end and over, I need to be about here, I guess. So there, so that piece should be big enough for here. Now we'll just move that out of the way for now. Bring this up here so we can all see it. Center it roughly. There we go. So take the staple gun. Go like that. I've got it folded over just a bit, just so I have a nice edge on it. I don't need to do that, but it helps. Kind of go that, tuck it in, and staple, or staple. That's an example of where I'm going to use the hammer. If I put it up like that, I can use the staple a little easier. And now, this is what I mean, just gonna tap it down. Sometimes when you're going into wood, it doesn't go quite deep enough. Now in the corners, it's just a matter of kind of folding it so it looks reasonably well. And then you get a nice, sort of a nice edge on the corner there. And it doesn't have to be perfect, it's just got to be reasonable. Now I'm dealing with two different types of wood here. This wood on this side is apparently a little denser than that, and also that one's got some material and some padding, so it's easier to get in there. Whereas right now I've got the staples not quite going into where I want them to be. So I've got to use the old hammer trick and just tap them down so they hold a bit tighter. Mostly flattens them, but that's okay. And then there you have your valance. Smooth it out a little bit. Now this top part's going to be hidden anyway more than the side, so if I'm going to have a problem, this is up against the ceiling, you won't see it. You'll see the edges, so you can kind of maneuver the material around so that you don't have a problem, and then that goes like that. And then these pieces go up in here like so, but we're going to add some padding on these like this. So we won't have this anymore, we'll have some padded edges like that. Now this roll of padding that we got is actually for like an underlay under a floating wood laminate floor type of thing. We were out walking the dog and there was a garage sale and the guy had a roll of this stuff, he wanted $2 for it, so we said sure, why not? So what we're going to do is just cut that. It doesn't need to overlap or anything, just kind of go on there. So I'm just going to cut this down even with here. Actually, I'm going to go a little over. I'm going to overlap it just because it's easier. So I'll go back to about here. We got lots of this stuff anyway, so not worried about wasting it. Flooring stores sell this stuff because it is underlay for, like I said, for laminate floors. So, same basic principle. We take this and we can wrap it around and staple it on. Well, that didn't work out quite as planned. That's okay, I'll staple it into the end. Because I don't feel like taking it back off. I was going to wrap it around the inside, but I'll just staple it to the end. So far, the two hardest parts of this job have been getting the old pieces off of the motorhome and trying to find the staples when I needed to refill the staple gun. But that's all dealt with. So now we've got some padding on here. I'm going to put the material over top of this, and then it will look very similar to this. Okay, I've decided that I'm not too worried about folding this over and making a nice seam. Nobody's going to see it anyway, so why am I wasting the effort? Okay, now I've obviously made this longer than I need to, widthwise, so I'm going to wrap it over, staple it down, and then I'm going to trim it. But it is a little easier when you've got some extra material to grip, when you're trying to pull it tight to staple it. I don't want it super tight, I just want it snug. And we'll tap these down. Why the staple's not going into the wood is beyond me. It might be just too dense a wood. I don't know. Maybe the staple gun's just not powerful enough. I don't know. My air staple guns only have longer, much longer staples, so they're not going to do any good. They'll go right through. I don't need to go overlapping here, but I am going to go and overlap it. It's hidden, but let's make it nice and neat. Same on this end. Hold up the end nice like you're wrapping a Christmas present. And the best part is, unlike a Christmas present, it doesn't matter how good it looks because you can't see it. And this, same idea, we put that up in here. Yeah, a little bit longer on that end would have been nice. That's not good. This is not holding together well. Okay, that's better. Voila! And if the ends aren't perfect, it doesn't matter because this one sits on a shelf and this one's hidden up behind here like that, so you'll never see it. One more to go and that one's finished. And here it is. It looks a lot nicer. Like you can see where the light is. It's actually quite nice. From back here it's dark because it's dark in the motorhome right now. Fairly dark. But that looks pretty good. And we got the one above the door. And we liked it so much, we've also got to do that one. Because that's kind of the before look, and up there that's the after. We're going to do the piece that goes across here and a piece that goes down here, kind of like on that piece. We're going to do those as well because we like that so much. There's the one over the couch. And then there's this that we did around here and up around there and on the other one as well. And we've done up there. We still have this one to do and the one over the kitchen sink.